So Street Fighter 6 just had a balance patch, as well as also adding a new character to the game. They added Yasmin to the game, you know, and the balance patch hasn't even been out for 24 hours yet and everything. And although like every character did get adjusted, like there has been some sort of adjustment to every character, which is good because, you know, this is pretty much like around the time, actually it's a little bit later than a year's time, you know, since the last major update, right? Since the last like major like year patch has happened. This is for year 4. And although every character did get adjusted and changed, nerfed, or buffed in some way, shape, or form, I don't know about anyone else, but maybe I'm the odd one out here, but it still doesn't feel like it's a major change. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, some characters have got adjusted in some way, shape, or form. Some characters actually got some decently large changes. Like, for example, I know Mai can't combo as easily into her level 1 off of her, it was the EX Riembu, the quarter circle back, 2 punches. She can't really combo off of that anymore. She has to use, I think, like the main way to use like EX cartwheel, combo the EX cartwheel, jump medium punch, and then you get the level 1 off of that, as well as it's no longer strike invincible now. So I believe it's only air invincible now. The her level 1, as well as Ed's flicker does not pull in as far as it used to, you know, pre-patch. And a few other changes as well. I know Luke got a crazy got a crazy sandblast buff and things like that, and Bison got more frame advantage on block on a stand heavy punch for whatever reason, like things like that, you know. Like some characters did see some changes and whatnot, but it still doesn't feel as though it's a major patch. It's, you know, it's that year, you know, it's that big patch that's supposed to come, you know, every year. Because remember, the Street Fighter team said that they're like the major patch is going to come once a year, you know. And this is year 4 now, and honestly, and I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter 6, man. I've been playing a lot, and it's just I've been very disappointed in just the lack of intensity in the patch. If that's the right, if I'm phrasing it right, if I'm using the right words, like it doesn't seem like it's that big of a patch. This seems like the type of patch that would come at a mid-year patch. And honestly, what really bothers me is not even the fact that like characters aren't getting like crazy huge changes. It's the fact that what really bugs me about this patch, especially, and like also the past balance changes that we've had for the game, is that there's been barely any changes to the system mechanics, like at all. Yeah, you could argue that, you know, we did get drive reversal on wake up, and, you know, they made perfect parry less scrubby. You know, you actually if you want to get the perfect parry, you have to parry while also timing the direction either with back or down back. Yeah, we got that. And, you know, you get if you tech a throw, if you tech a throw, you get drive gauge back, and you know, and I believe like a couple other things as well. But like those are just, we did get those changes to the system, but throw loops still exist, which I personally believe they're always gonna exist. Like no matter what Street Fighter game we're playing, like throw loops are that's just a part of Street Fighter, right? But I would like to see some sort of adjustment to throws. You know, I think that throws have always been strong in Street Fighter, but I believe they're especially strong in this game, because not only do you eat extra damage if you decide to tech a throw, if you decide to, you know, tech a throw and you get shimmied for it, but now you get punish counter and you lose drive gauge on your punish counter, and your drive gauge is like your lifeline. So it's even worse in this game. There's been no changes to drive rush really. Like drive rush is still degenerate. There's no counter hit property for hitting a drive rush, no punish counter for hitting a drive rush or anything. None of that. Like there has to be that's what bothers me. That's what disappoints me, is that after like 3 years, because the game has been out for over 3 years now, 3 years and some change, 3 years later, and there hasn't really been any sort of major change to the system. Yeah, you could argue that maybe the drive gauge is so the drive system is so intricate and tuned into the game, like fine baked into the game, or like well baked into the game, that it's hard to adjust it. But at this point, I wouldn't even mind if we just started experimenting, because now the game just feels stale to me. It feels stale, and I like Street Fighter. I like Street Fighter 6. I like the design behind Street Fighter 6 from a gameplay standpoint, and I think as a product it's excellent, but like going past the initial release and going past like the initial design of the game, like the patch life of the game has been lackluster to me. Like year one comes around, it's been a year, like say like game comes out, it's been a year, okay, like this first year maybe not too bad, right? Maybe like the first year of patches maybe not so bad, but like year 2, year 3, year 4, still nothing like crazy, still nothing, at least to me, doesn't feel like a major change. That bothers me. It's I don't even really know what to say, like, and it's just I don't even know. Like, you guys remember right in Street Fighter 5 how like pretty much like when there was a balance update, when there was an actual like balance adjustment for the game, like characters got a huge list of changes. I could pull it up right now. But like, look here. So this is, I have the old Street Fighter 5 balance adjustment page up here. This was the first balance update. While there wasn't really too much that they adjusted for the overall universal changes, but characters got changes. And this is the update that dropped Akuma. This is so, and characters got changes. Like, we can just go around, go look at Balrog. Look, they're look at all these changes, adjusting a whole bunch of his moves. And this was the first major update for Street Fighter 5, And then who else can I look at? Let's look at Ryu. Boom, look at Ryu. Changes. A big list of changes. Look at all this. They were literally, tweaking almost every move. Who else? Laura. This is the start of her becoming crazy, little by little, with every update. Let's go to a different one, Champion Edition. I'm just gonna, actually not even go that far. Let's go Arcade Edition. Laura still getting a whole bunch of changes in Arcade Edition when they added V-Trigger 2s. Like, by the time Street Fighter 5 had its second year, they were adding V-Trigger 2s with Arcade Edition. We don't even get anything like that in Street Fighter 6. Nothing to really shake up the game or add some flair, breathe some life into the game, make it feel like it's fresh and brand new. Like these adjustments that we're getting. Let's just look at someone else, Karine. I mean, Karine didn't really get too much changes in Street Fighter 5's life cycle, honestly. But like, Mika, it's, but like in Street Fighter 6, like there's nothing to really chew on when it comes to adjustments. Like, yeah, some of these characters get changes, right? Yeah, like yeah, some of these characters get changes, but it's just a couple of things. And then That's it. Like, let's just go to Ken real quick. Ken really barely got anything. And like I said, this is like I said, the patch, like the notes for this was actually pretty decent, but I mean for like the overall like patch life of the game, it's just been, it feels like they're just playing it so safe, you know. If maybe I'm the odd one out, maybe I'm the only one that feels that way, but it just feels like they're just kind of just playing it safe to me. Like, give me something that has that, you know, that makes you want to get really interested in the game. Like, yeah, character, yeah, we got some cool stuff, but you know, just give me something. You know, it's just, I'm probably repeating myself at this point, but it's just disappointing to me. I don't know, how do you guys feel about it? Tell me how you feel in the comments. Am I complaining about nothing? Do you feel as though the patch, the quality of the patch, well, maybe not the quality, but just the intensity of the patches hasn't really been that major for the game's lifespan, you know? And they said they want to make this game last for 10 years. It's been a total of 3 so far, so we still have another 7 left, you know. And I don't think they're going to support the game with patches for 10 years, but you know, we need something. At least I feel as though like we need something to not make the game feel so stale, because everyone's still gonna dry rush at you, everyone's still gonna just do random DI at you, and you know, like no one's really gonna respect being conditioned. None of that. It's still gonna be the degenerate, reckless offense that the game has been, but the game has been displaying since the first year that it came out, you know. And it's just, Jamie did get some a bit of some crazy changes though. He had some crazy burnout strings and everything, like. But I don't, guys, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I'm just complaining to complain. But I'm just disappointed because I want to play more Street Fighter, but it's just the patch life is just disappointing me. I was excited to read these changes initially because I thought we were gonna get that major change after. Oh, okay, this is the update for year 4. You know, this is to initiate and begin year 4. We have to get something crazy. We have to get something major, you know, something to shake things up. You know, hopefully we get something. Hopefully we get a new tool to deal with throws. Hopefully we get a new drive mechanic or something. But it's nothing. It's nothing. I mean, look, guys. It literally says right here, while we believe the game's balance has reached a reasonably stable state thanks to repeated adjustments, the relative strength of each character has not shifted significantly in the recent updates. That, and like this sentence right here is crazy because yeah, like some characters got changed, but like a lot of these characters are probably just gonna be playing the same for the most part. The gameplay is gonna be the same. Nothing else to really think about. Please note there are no adjustments applied universally to all characters. After I read that, I was already done. I didn't even really want to read. I didn't really care that much. But I don't know. I really don't know what to say. This is pretty much just me ranting about it. I'm still gonna play Street Fighter 6 and everything. I'm still gonna play it, but just probably not nearly as much. I'm probably just gonna put some more time into other fighting games I really enjoy. I've been playing a lot of Tekken 7, playing a lot of Tekken 8. And as well, I've been putting some time into Avatar Legends and pick BlazBlue back up. I missed that game a lot, but I've been playing some other games like that, and I want to get back into KOF 15. But yeah, other games have just been piquing my interest lately. But tell me what you guys think. This video probably doesn't need to be as long as it is, but I just wanted to share my thoughts. Like I said, bit of a rant. And yeah, just tell me what you think in the comments. Am I crazy or what, man? But I'm gonna try to pump out some more videos coming soon. And that's it. Remember, signing off. Everybody have a good one, and peace.